Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Good Hurt. Please welcome your MC for tonight, Andrew McClelland.
Thank you very much. That's the music I was hoping for. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one, welcome all to the comedy here at the Good Hurt. It's a pleasure to be here, but I'd like to start with a song just to get us all in the mood for some big-time performance. Here we go! Wise men say, they certainly do, alright, that only fools, how you doing? Alright, one on the eye. Whoa, good shampoo, thank you, can't help falling in love with all of you. Don't lose that beer, okay, how you doing, madam? Shall I? Delicious! Hey, would it be? How you doing? She's doing good! Alright, everybody ready now? I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, if I can help. That's right! Falling in love with all of you. Alright, thank you very much. Good times, woo! It's probably enough. Thank you. Good evening. So graceful. How does he do it? Did I already spill that beer? Yeah. Garçon, beer. Whose is it? The ghost of the table. Oh no, you, Mr. Good Shampoo. Oh, I do apologise. You know, I hear they have the most sparkling clean tables in all of comedy land here at Revolt. So you can probably just suck that up right off the tabletop. Delicioso. It's Peroni anyway. Have a little bit of flavour, huh? A little bit of grit. What's your name? Pablo! Pablo, I don't mean to be, but do you have something, but are you of foreign extraction, Pablo? Oh, he comes to this country and I spill his beer like a prick. I'll be buying you a beer in the break, and this is not a come-on. So don't you get handsy. All right, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome one, welcome all to this, the Big Hurt, the Good Hurt, the John Hurt. Welcome. What a night of comedy we've got in store for you, dear friends. And I know what you're thinking, just looking at me. You're thinking, my God, this man dresses well. Does he dress this well all the time? Well, the answer, ladies and gentlemen, is yes. Yes, I do dress this well all the time. Although sometimes I don't wear the same clothes. For example, I don't wear a suit like this when I'm making love to my lady. No. That's when I wear a tuxedo. Because you got to do those things right, ha! Good times. Andrew McClelland is the name. Comedy is the game. Except because when I'm playing lawn bowls, then lawn bowls is the game. Except because when I'm playing Monopoly, then capitalist fuckery is the game. Woo! Political. That's right. And I do like to keep in shape, this shape, and like to keep my body under control, by which I mean my hair. I really like to take good care of my hair, which is why my favourite town in all of rural Australia is Horsham. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's a genuine fact that Horsham in country Victoria has the largest number of hairdressers per capita out of any town in all of Australia. Fact! Who here likes Horsham? Who's been to Horsham? It doesn't matter. I'll just describe things. Hairdressers everywhere. You can't walk down the street without having someone come at your bonnet with a pair of scissors. But my favourite hairdresser in all of these hairdressers is a little place called Chez Chaz. And I like Chez Chaz because I think that it's French for the House of Shazza. I find that quite charming, charming. It brings together the culture of both, the French classy culture and of bogans, quite beautifully formed together. You can imagine their ads out there on, Win TV, being something like, bonjour, welcome to the House of Shazza. where everything's as French as extramarital affairs and celebrity philosophers. This week, come in for a Jacques Derrida haircut, where we'll cut your hair real nice. Or will we? Existentialist haircut. Did it happen or not? I don't know. How could you know? It's existentialist. So glad you guys went for that joke off the top. What an audience you are. I can't help but wonder. If there are bogans out there in France. They seem so classy, so sophisticated, smoking on their Gauloise cigarettes. But they're probably out there, the bogans, the Frenchy bogans, outside of Paris, hanging outside the 7-Eleven or the Set Dessert. Says Dessert? Anyone got the Frenchy? Anyone? 7? What's that?
Nothing.
No, it's no.
I just said we, but that's...
Oh, we. Oh, you just said we, which is French for... Yes! Oh, well done. My knowledge of French is appalling. Bonn, which is a town in Germany. Anywho, they're probably there wandering the aisles, the Frenchy bungs, allons de la patrie. Because everyone just sings their own national anthem as they wander supermarket aisles. No, it's probably doing a ça plat pour moi, ça plat pour moi. I am the king of the divan. And I know what you're thinking, Plastic Patron, he was Belgian, you idiot. And I do apologise. But, I was probably heading up to the counter there. Bonjour. I will have a packet of the Winnie Bleu and the Pinot Noir, flavoured West Coast couleur. Merci, put it in the prime. Oh, a pokey. Or as we Frenchies call them, le one-armed pimpernel. Let me just see what try my luck. Garlic clove. Onion! Damn it! Gerard Depardieu. Another Frenchman! God damn it! Arc de Triomphe. Eiffel Tower! French thing. Yeah, I win. Woo! Yeah, it's paying out. Woo! So many francs. So useless since the introduction of the euro. Damn it. I'll take this with me to Switzerland. Because of course, the Swiss still use francs. So there's a little money joke there. In fact, not many people know that the Swiss have two official currencies. One is, of course, the Swiss franc, and the other is the Toblerone. That's a fact. Look that up on the wiki, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Kirsty Mack was talking about relationships and talking about sensual times between a man and a woman, and that made me think of my parents. I'd like to tell you a brief story that I recently heard from my mother. You see, I never knew how my parents met, and so one day, little Andy McClelland sat up and said, "Mum, tell me the tale," and my mother proceeded to tell this story. The year was 1970, and my father and mother were both at a party. Now, they didn't know each other yet, but things were set to change. I nearly fell off the front of the stage then. Would have been quite a spectacular underpinning to the story. Anywho, so my father was eating a rum ball at this party. It was a party in the 70s, right? And rum balls were the newest snack. And they were a genuine snack. I mean, today rum balls are more of a dessert portion. They're quite small. But in the 70s, people were so excited by the coalescence of chocolate and flour and rum that they were making fist-sized rum balls. So these things took quite a while to get through. And so my dad was apple-sized, essentially. Chomping away on a rumble. This is great. I love the 70s. Woo! Let's listen to some Led Zeppelin. Woo! Yeah. All that stuff. I love Slade. And Slades. Anyway, they're the soft drink manufacturer who... So, I'm getting off track. Anyway, so it's taken quite a while to get through this rumble. And my dad suddenly was struck, there's a lot of rum in there, and he suddenly struck, by jingo, I gotta get to the gents. Quick, smart! So Dad, was wandering around the party, where's the gents? Someone pointed him in the direction, and as he headed towards the toilets, he noticed a magnificent woman hanging around outside the toilet door. My mum. So he said to her, well, excuse me, madam, I got to step in there. Would you mind holding my rum ball for me? And she said, no, that's quite all right. So Dad handed her the rum ball and he went in to do his business. And Mum waited. She waited a little while longer. He took some time. So she thought to herself, hello, this thing smells delicious. It looks delicious. It's a half-eaten brown lump. I want some of that. And so she shoved it in her gob and she finished it off. And it was delicious, apparently. And then Dad came out of the toilet and he saw this young woman and he said, hey, hang on a second. Where's my rum ball? And she said, I just ate the rum ball. He said, you're magnificent. She said, you're magnificent. They got together that very night and 3 months later, I was born. And you. Basically, a genuinely true story, essentially. As a caveat to that, on their anniversary each year, they give each other rum balls. How delicious. And gobbies. I have no idea if it's the truth. I shouldn't. They're quite Catholic, I really shouldn't. All right! Love is like candy on a shelf. Boom, boom. Ooh, you want to taste, so help yourself. Probably do. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to me. Oh, yeah. You guys having a good time? Have yourselves a good break? All right. Who got a drink? Yeah, some of us, all right. Who didn't get a drink? Some others. Who had a smoke? One cough. Very good, sir. Very good. Very good. Who didn't have a smoke? Who went to the toilet? Who didn't go to the toilet? Who has never been to the toilet? Liars! Liars! I've had a look over this crowd and none of you are giant distended sacks of urine. I know you've been. You filthy boy. Just excuse me for the briefest moment. Don't talk amongst yourselves. I'm a little parched. Oh, Peroni! That's Italian for delicious, mama! And it's also yours, sir. Sorry, I spilled yours earlier. But all right. I'm like an elephant. I've got a big nose. I got the little lick, just for you. If you want, you could clone me now. Get a little McClelland DNA. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's such a pleasure to be back here. Now, when you look at me, imagine what you're thinking. You're thinking, Andrew McClelland, you are one good cigar away from being a railway-owning capitalist. Can imagine you in 1929 looking at the ticket tapes. The stocks are good. Everything's good. Business be good. Oh, yeah, radios. They're really coming into style. Ooh, yeah. Hang on a second. Everything's going wrong. Oh, I bet you never seen a fat man fly. I run out the window, pew, out onto Wall Street and kill myself. And that is the look I'm going for. So thank you for noticing. But the truth of the matter is, that's not the kind of guy I am. I'm actually a socialist, genuinely. Well, thank you. Genuine. But the reason is because I can't help but think that, wanting everyone to have equality in what they earn and who they are is only fair enough. And if you don't think that way, you're a bit of a selfish prick. You don't have to like that. I understand a lot of people don't agree with me, but the fact of the matter is I'm probably not cut out to be a true revolutionary socialist. The only time I really get angry at the system and want to destroy it is when I'm in the cinema and I've finished my Choc Top and the ads are still on. I'm like, oh my God, this is still an ad for an Audi and I've run out of Choc Top! The system must be destroyed! I'm getting myself onto the streets! Ooh, hang on, Maltesers. Ooh. The system ain't so bad. Delicious times indeed. Well, I can't help but agree with most people when they dislike Monsieur Tony Abbott Antonius Abbott. I'm not a big fan. Back when John Howard was in control, and I remember those years well, and I didn't like it, and we were like, John Howard, he is the worst kind of fuck juggler possible. There's no way we could have a worse Prime Minister than John Howard. Oh, God, he's some sort of vampire sucking on the teeth of the people, but soon he'll be gone, and then he was going, oh, yeah. When he was in, he was like, oh, he's taking us back to the 1950s, but although John Howard was indeed taking us back to the 1950s, I can't help but think that Tony Abbott is taking us back to the 50s. And by that I mean the 50s AD. Where he is some sort of Caesar in the gladiatorial arena, and there on the arena floor there's a poor hobo who's been living on the streets, and there's a young student just fighting each other, desperate for some sort of compassion and help from the government, and fighting it out and they're kicking and punching. The hobo's got dirty moves because he's been around for a long time, but the student's young and he still kind of wants to live, whereas the hobo, he's given up all hope. So in the end, the student defeats the hobo and is bleeding on the ground and dead, and the student looks up and says, "So, mighty Caesar Tony, may I have new start now?" And then the crowd's all gathered round, they're all going, "Yes, give him new start now." And then Tony's and the crowd goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah." And then in comes some private security hired contractors and beat the kid until he agrees to join the army because it's the only way he can make a living anymore. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I've always enjoyed sort of hey kind of comedy, but the way the government's going at the moment, it's making me a little political. All right. It's not unusual to be loved by Oliver Clark. It's not unusual to be loved, even though you might not want to. Hey, that's the kind of thing. That's probably it. Look at that. Oh, glory, didn't I tell you? Oh, so much fun, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it was magnificent in their house. Those were the days. It smelled real strong in there. Good times. And I do apologise for the noise I made during your routine there, Oliver. Well, I was just thinking to myself, it's another Clark triumph, and I was getting overexcited, and I popped the cork of my champagne too early. It hit the canister of fine perfume I prepared for you as a gift for this evening. I knew you were going to do the sandwich bit. You want to smell pretty rank after that, so I thought a little bit of eau de toilette. Cultured from an ancient yeast. Sourdough. Clark style. All right. The man knows all about ancient yeast. I don't even know what that means. It doesn't mean anything. Don't worry, don't draw any conclusions from that. Ladies and gentlemen, I have myself a hell of an evening tonight. I also loved how Oliver did the remix to Ignition song, one of my favourite pop songs. I particularly enjoy the lyric where, is it Nelly or R. Kelly, that one? It's R. Kelly, thank you. I particularly enjoyed the lyric where he says, Crystal popping in my stretch navigator. We've got food everywhere, as if this party was catered. Really? Really, R. Kelly? This party is so good, it's almost as if it's catered. Oh, let's have a look around this party then. Cheezels, fun-sized chocolates. Oh, you got yourself some sherbet over here. Oh, delicioso. It's almost as if this party's catered. But that's just me.